Guys, I hope you guys are blessed. Welcome to the A team. Thank you guys for coming onto the call. I hope wherever you guys are coming from, whether it is work, whether you're working from home all day, I hope it's been a productive one. Thank you for being on time. We're just going to get started now. So before we get into the main topic of the day, I thought we should do what we always do, which is share some information about the A team, what we're about, and a quick about us. So the vision behind what we're doing is that we are on a mission our vision is to establish a global network of the ambitious and financially blessed. How we do that is by identifying, nurturing, integrating current and aspiring high performers into our network of online bread farmers. And by that, I'm talking about people that go online, sow their seeds to make bread, mullah, yen, franc, whatever currency out there. And additionally, our members, we are a family of ambitious internet entrepreneurs on a mission to know ourselves, clarify our vision, and of course, make it real. Now, our core values are as follows. So ambition, gratitude, self-awareness, perseverance, continuous learning, eclecticism, and impact. So every single person on this call would have somehow, some way showed me or anyone that's invited you to this call some of these traits. So congratulations for being on the call. A quick one, the A team. The A in the A team stands for active, and that is active commitment today inspires victory every day. And additionally, we affirm, we commit, we test, we validate, and of course we execute to make our vision a reality. A quick plug. So my friend Miriam, she's going to share a link in the chat. So you guys be sure to check the chat. So you guys are interested in joining a book club where we share all things mindset, business, and money for current and aspiring high performers, then do so. Miriam will share that in the chat in a few seconds. So make sure you check that. And anyone that's interested in joining the A team on learning more about us and see how we can be beneficial for you in your business or your life, then you can do so by emailing admin@karun.com, subject line, join the A team, and Layla will be on hand to help you guys out with that process. So you guys know that I like to start all of these A calls with a quote, and this quote today will be: successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. And that is a quote from Jim Rohn. And again, the reason why you guys are on this call is so you can learn how to do Facebook ads or paid marketing better. So by you guys being on this call, choosing to educate yourselves and understand how you can just improve your ability to get things done, it just shows that you guys are on the right track. So well done. So before we get started, guys, and I have got everyone on mute for now just to make sure that we're very, very audible and no sound from anyone in the background coming for, but we'll have a Q&A at the end. But time to block all distractions. So if you guys are on your phones, then close your apps. I know the Arsenal game's on for right now or in a few minutes. So I know that's going to be a distraction, but just for this hour, just try to focus and get your focus right. Azriel has basically kindly said that everyone that's on this call that stays to the end will get a free Facebook ads video training for the so literally, and that's worth a value of $300. So it's really, really good. I've gone through it myself. So you guys make sure you stay to the end so you can get that. And yeah, so before I introduce Azriel, I'm gonna unmute him quickly. There he is. I would have gone without unmuting him. Yeah, so let me give some brief background about Azriel. So Azriel, he's a speaker and CEO of Ratz Media. Additionally, he has 7 years experience in the online marketing space. He's generated millions of dollars for clients with paid marketing and specializes in advertising, high-ticket products, and has an extensive experience in ad management for diverse markets, including B2B, SaaS, online publishing, apps, and more. So without further ado, Azriel, thank you for jumping on the call, man. How you doing?
Have fun, doing great.
Yeah.
It's already it's a little late over here, few hours ahead.
Okay, cool.
10, just about 10:15, 10 o'clock, 10:10. Yeah, it's been a good day.
Lovely, man. Thank you for jumping in the call, man. I never knew it was that. I'm sorry, you're in Israel right now, right?
Yeah. It's all good. This is when I do all my phone calls, so.
Oh, lovely, you know what I mean? So everyone that's in the call, just know we're international now. We got someone from Israel here, so yeah, I mean, we're doing things. So Azriel, yeah. So like I said, everyone that's on the call, before I address Azriel, there's going to be a time for Q&A at the end. We're going to I'm going to ask them a few questions that I've got from some people that are on the call and some people that couldn't make it. So I'm going to ask Azriel a few questions, and at the end there'll be a chance for a live Q&A. So that's why everyone is muted except for me and Azriel. So yeah. So Azriel, without further ado, please, the first question I have for you, just to kind of share some about your background, how you got started.
Yeah.
Like, who's Azriel Ratz?
So I'm originally from New York. I graduated with a degree in math in 2011. 12, and I moved to Israel, and a friend of mine came to me and said, you know, I have this email list with a few hundred people on it. Could you copy paste from a Google Doc into the email, onto an iPhone app that he had, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. I think we were doing Google Plus at the time even.
Yeah.
And that was it. That's how I got started on online marketing. And I ended up spending 3.5 years working for this company. I was employee number one after the boss. And when I left 3.5 years later, we had 15 employees, of which 7 were full-time, an email list with 150,000 emails. We were generating $30,000 in e-commerce and $40,000 in client work. And we were doing 1 million pages a month on our website with thousands of leads coming in every day from Facebook, Google Ads, other email marketing. And I left there in 2015 to start Ratz Pack Media. And since then have worked with over 100 clients in every niche, from traveling musicians to fitness, SaaS products, and fishing lures, and everything in between. And that's my background.
Oh, cool, man. Sounds interesting. So it's just easy to see that you've got a lot of depth in the online marketing space, and it just shows, yeah, that I must be doing something right with the networking, because I mean, to have someone like you on a call, it just makes a lot of sense for individuals that are new to it. Some people that are currently doing it. So thank you again for jumping on the call, man. Much appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the questions that I have for you, I wish I got a few. The first question I have, or the second, is what exactly is this Facebook marketing or this paid marketing thing? How did you start? Like, just give us a bit of like a background about what.
Yeah. So basically, while I was working at the job, we were, when everyone talks about the good old days of Facebook, when you can get like crazy organic reach. So that's when I started on Facebook, 2012, 13. And we were posting if I remember correctly, we were posting on a Facebook page with, let's say, 30,000 likes on it that we grew. I was like number 3 at the time when I started. And every post, 5 times a day, 6 days a week, we were getting 80 to 100,000 impressions on those posts organically. So we were like killing it on the organic side. So my boss came to me and he said, if we're doing so well organically, what if we took the same messaging we're using organically and pushed that out to more cold audiences? And we started spending money on Facebook. And within a couple of weeks, we had figured out how to get leads to our already existing email list for about 22 cents a piece. And till today, even though I left that company, already 4 years ago, they are still generating $1.25 year over year from the leads we collected in 2013 and 14. Okay. So we spent 21 cents in 2014, and they have since collected $1.25 every year since 2014. Okay. So that's how I got into this. And I realized that, yeah, sorry.
So sorry to cut you off. Because I know there's some people that are very, very new to Facebook ads. So you're saying a lot of stuff like leads, impression, traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what does that mean for someone that is not?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So a lead is basically some way to contact someone. It usually means either their phone number or their email address. So when I said lead, I meant that we asked them for their email address and they gave it to us. That's what I meant by a lead. As far as cold traffic, so really you could define your audiences by 3 levels of how well they know you. A hot lead is someone usually who is about to buy from you or maybe has previously bought from you. Warm lead is someone who you'd expect they kind of know you, but they might not be ready to buy today. And a cold lead is someone who has never heard of you before. So those are the 3 levels: cold, warm, and hot leads. Okay. Traffic means clicks to your website. People that come to your website is traffic. What, did I miss any words?
Yeah, I think you covered them. Yeah.
Okay. So that's how I got into Facebook ads. And basically what Facebook ads is to me is an amplification of what is already working. And I think this actually might answer a question that we have later on, but the way I see Facebook ads is you essentially want to take what's already working organically and basically mirror that with an ad. And a really great example of that is a client that I actually had about 2 years ago. This company was selling a product for kids, like basically a toy that was sold for $300. So it had an educational toy that was pretty expensive. So I asked them, what gets someone, a parent, to purchase this toy for their kids for $300? And they told me that they have an article written in TechCrunch. And that TechCrunch article gets a ton of traffic because if people search specifically in educational toys, this TechCrunch article will come up. From there, the person reads the article, clicks on the links on the article to their website, and then they'll go to Amazon and read some reviews. They'll ask if they'll go to social media and ask if any of their friends have bought this product or a similar product for their kids. And then finally, they'll share the post, tagging their spouse and saying that they plan to buy that present for their kid's birthday or an upcoming holiday. That was the existing organic funnel. To explain organic means essentially it's free traffic. Organic is the opposite of paid. Paid means you paid to get someone to see your ad. Organic means that you got it in front of them for free. So SEO, YouTube search, Facebook posts that you do not pay for, those are organic traffic, just to clarify. Okay. So essentially that was their organic process. Again, the person never heard of them. They saw an article on TechCrunch. It led to their website. They checked out the Amazon reviews. They asked their friends if anyone had, bought that product before. And then finally, they spoke to their spouse, usually online, to get them interested in planning to buy this toy for their kids. So what we did was we wanted to replicate this process as much as possible using ads. So the first thing we did was we took 2 or 3 of the best Amazon ads and literally copy pasted them into the actual ad. So the first thing they saw on Facebook was a review of the product from Amazon. So we got to check mark, they saw that Amazon review. The second thing we did was we had it linked to this TechCrunch article. So the first time they've ever heard of us, they're being introduced to the product, with a short 10-second video on Facebook. They're going from there to the TechCrunch article, and they're reading the article and learning about them. We used a tool called Sniply, and I can actually just put it in the chat, probably easier. Sniply is spelled this way, snip.ly. And what it allows you to do is 2 things. One, it allows you to track all the people that click onto the site. And the second thing it does is it allows you to have basically a pop-up on any page on the internet. So if you're sending someone to YouTube, you're sending someone to Amazon, you're sending someone to Facebook, there can be a little link, a little pop-up on the bottom corner of the screen to get them to do something, give their email address or click a link or, whatever, fill out some information right there on the pop-up. So we use this tool and we send people to the TechCrunch article, and we were able to track how long they were spending on the TechCrunch article, which is not something you'd normally be able to do on a site that's not yours. And then we had a call to action, click here to learn more about the product. From there, the person would click to go to the homepage. And what we found was that these people were then going back to Facebook, sharing the post and tagging their spouse. They were going back and saying, hey, John, we should buy this for Tiffany's birthday. So what we saw was that with one ad, we were able to get people to do all of the stuff they were doing organically, the stuff they were doing naturally when other people would buy the product. And we got them to do that using an ad for a cost of $2.52 per add to cart, which means the person got from the ad to the TechCrunch article, to the homepage, to the buy now button, add the product to cart. This all happened for cold audiences for $2.52 because we understood what the existing organic process was and were able to amplify that process with ads. And to me, that is exactly the best case scenario for Facebook ads. It's being able to take what already works, take the people that already know you, take the product that already sells, use the funnel that already works, and amplify to get more people to see it, to get more people interested in it, to build more connections, and to get more sales. That is the epitome of what Facebook ads is.
Okay. So that makes sense. You definitely answered one of the questions I had before. I'm going to ask you later. But just to kind of run through that again, just to make sure everyone
Yeah.
saying is that what Facebook ads are essentially, what paid advertising is essentially, is literally an amplification of what we will normally do from a organic level when it comes to lead generation and getting customers. So if I'm a, if I sell a service, for example, if I'm a, let's say I'm a life coach, for example, and I have a very, very good like face-to-face interaction of how to get customers, or paid ads will basically allow me to replicate that and amplify it to the masses, if you know what I mean. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
Okay, that's great. So anyone that's on the call right now, please feel free to like just write down some questions in the chat, and at the end I'll be sure to ask Azriel any questions you have in the Q&A, or you can wait to the Q&A section and I'll unmute you if you need to, so you can ask more questions. Okay, cool. So you answered one of the questions I had there. So basically the next question I have is that there's a mixture of experienced and new entrepreneurs on this call. For both stages, meaning experienced and new, what objectives should they have when attempting paid ads, and why?
Yeah. So the first thing you want to do before you spend any money on Facebook is get clear on what results you hope to achieve with the ad spend. And this is something I have to deal with for any type of client, whether it's a company that has $1 million to spend or a couple $100 to spend. They don't understand. They many times don't even understand what it is they hope to achieve with Facebook ads. They just say, well, people say I need to run ads, so here's my money, start spending money. So the first thing you want to do is get clear on, why are you spending money on Facebook? What is it that you want to achieve? So that could be a large variety of things. For example, a client I'm working with now, all they care about is taking cold audiences, people who've never heard of them, and getting them to buy. That is the only thing they want. Meaning, if someone has heard of them, has been to their site before, has used their product in the past, and they buy using my ads, that is considered a failure to them. So they came in with a very specific goal. We must bring in totally cold audiences and get them to buy. So now we have to now track, make sure every ad I'm running is excluding anyone who's been to the site, exclude anyone who's ever registered before, exclude anyone who's ever purchased before, and make sure they do not buy again, because for them, that is considered a failure. For other people, like for example, if you look here in this screen, the one in the center, basically, the one that just has the leads, the smallest of these boxes on the screen, it says cost per lead, right? So here I got like 200, yeah, that's the one, yeah, 250 something thousand website leads. So this company, and it's actually more, I think it's closer to 300,000. This company, they don't run ads for sales. They only run ads for leads. They could not care less if it leads to purchases. That's not what their intention is. They want to constantly be growing their email list. So our goal with our ads is only for leads, as opposed to the other two. The first one, this is a business coach, the first one, and we did a bunch of launches together. I think together in total we did 7 launches, 6 of which were 6-figure launches with Facebook ads. So we generated like insane. The number is actually closer to $700,000 in total purchases. And again, she knew going in, the goal was get leads, get phone calls, and close high ticket products. That's literally what the point of us working together is. So when you want to run ads for the first time, for the 10th time, for the 100th time, you want to have a very specific business objective, business goal in mind, and then run the ads accordingly for that goal. Something I've seen so many times. People come to me and they say, I want more people to see my video on Facebook. And I say, really? That's what you want? You want video views on your thing? And they're like, yeah, well, I want video views. As I said to them, let's say today we started running an ad for you and it brought in 1 million views on your video, but no one clicked on your site and no one bought. Would you be happy? And they go, well, I mean, I hope that they would buy. I want them to buy. So I said, so that means that the goal isn't really video views. The goal is really customers. So they say, yeah, but what's the difference? I want 1 million views of people that buy. And I say, that is not what Facebook does. Facebook does what you ask it to do. The first step when creating an ad is setting up the campaign. So just to clarify for people who don't know this, Facebook ads has 3 sections: campaign, ad set, and ad. The campaign is where you choose the objective. And here there's a bunch of different options. Video views, impressions, engagement, clicks, purchases, app installs, store visits, like a whole bunch of different options. I think it's even brand lift, like people remembering the name of your brand. These are all options on the campaign level. Level 2 is ad set, which is where you actually do the targeting. Who sees it? How much do you spend? Where do they see it? Facebook, Instagram, mobile, desktop, stuff like that. And then finally, the ad is what they see. What are the words on the ad? What's the image? What's the video? What's the call to action? Where does the link go on the ad? So that's the breakdown of a Facebook ad. But the first thing you do when you set up a Facebook ad is choose the campaign. Choose the objective. And if you choose the wrong objective for what your actual business goal is, you'll probably end up getting what you asked for, but it won't give you what you want. If you ask for video views, Facebook's going to go out and find the cheapest people to watch your video. But if what you really wanted was link clicks, you'll likely be pretty disappointed in the results. So you need to know exactly what you want for every campaign. Know the objective you want, and then set the campaign optimization or the campaign objective for that goal in mind. Now, when you look at the data, you know what you're hoping to achieve. Oh, I'm hoping to get leads. Oh, great. So you can set up your columns here in that final example to show leads. Oh, no, but what I actually want is the highest return on my dollar. Great. So make sure to have the ROAS, which stands for return on ad spend. And you can see that directly in this example. Try to get the highest possible return on your ad spend. When you know the goal of your ads, it's easier. When you know the goal of your business, it's easier to understand what objective you should have when running ads.
Okay, thank you for that, man. Again, guys, I'm sure you guys have some questions. Just for time, I'm not gonna. I got a lot of follow-up questions, so hopefully that Q&A.
Okay, great.
We'll get a chance to answer that. But if not, let me just move on. So the next question I have is that, so how much capital does one need to get started? And I'm talking especially from a position where not everyone has $1 million to spend a month.
Yeah.
So
yes.
For example, I'm a startup now. I've got, let's say, okay, I got a few £100s to start off with. Can I start with Facebook ads? Would you recommend that, or is that something that we should just leave alone?
Yeah. So what people overestimate is, again, this exact thing. They think they need hundreds or thousands or even millions of dollars to spend for it to be worth it on Facebook. The way I see every Facebook campaign is that there are likely people that already know who you are that just haven't heard about your product. Let's say you have an email list, even a small email list of 1,000 people. If you're amazingly fantastic at email marketing, you have a 40% open rate. That means that out of the 1,000 people, 400 of them open your email. And then out of those 400 people, let's say you have a 3%, let's say a 5% click-through rate, that's 50 people. So that means that out of the 1,000 people, 400 of them opened the email and 50 of them clicked on the email. That's like above average open rate and click rate on your email list. But that means that 600 people didn't even see the email in their inbox. They never opened, they never clicked the email, they never even get into the email. And then out of the 1,000 people, 950 of them never actually got to your landing page. That means these are your best people. They know you, they trust you, they see you as someone who's worthwhile to follow, but they simply didn't see your email for whatever reason. They didn't see it in their promotions folder, ended up in spam for some reason, whatever reason it was, they didn't see it. So now imagine if you could use Facebook ads to push the same message from your email to those people on Facebook. And the cost to reach 1,000 people on Facebook is really small. We're talking about like the normal CPM, which stands for cost per 1,000 impressions, CPM, cost per impression. It's not CPI because that means something else. Cost per 1,000 impressions usually will sit somewhere around $10 to $15. That means to reach all 1,000 people on your email list, maybe it will cost you $30 at most to reach all those people. And you don't have to do that in one day. You could spend $1 a day for a month and reach everyone for $30, right? So what I see is 5 or 6 core audiences whenever you run ads. Number one is your email list. Again, these people that have already signed up your email, they know who you are. Number two is anyone that's visited your website. If you set up your Facebook pixel, which we can get into, it's basically just a short code that you set up on your website, and it will be able to track anyone that comes to your website and match up that person to their Facebook profile so that anytime you could target those people that have visited your site. Number three is anyone who likes your Facebook page. Number four is anyone that's engaged with your page. And they define, the way Facebook defines that is if they visited the page, if they commented, liked, shared the page, if they saved a post from the page, if they messaged the page, if they watched a video from the page. Those are all examples of engaging with the page. That's number four. Number five is the same thing on Instagram. If you have if you have a following on Instagram, same thing. If they engage, watch, like, comment, share, message, visit the page, those are all opportunities to retarget them. That's the first five. And the sixth one is if it applies, your Facebook friends. Let's say you've spent time, building a list of people that might be potential clients on your Facebook profile. You can actually run ads to your Facebook friends. So those are the six core audiences. And for many people, that whole list, all of those people will be, let's say 10,000 people between your email, your Facebook page likes, your website visitors. That's 10,000 people. They are your warmest, or I would call them hot leads. These people know you, they trust you, they know what you do. They might even know you're selling something, but for some reason, they haven't taken the action to act. They haven't taken the action to buy the product. So the first thing you want to do is get in front of these people. How much is it going to cost you to get in front of 10,000 people on Facebook? I don't know. Let's say $500. Let's say it costs you $500 to reach every one of those people. That means if you spend $500 over the course of a whole month, you will reach your warmest leads for $500. So what does that come out to? Quick math over here with my degree in math that I can't do any actual computations. $500 over 30 days is $16 a day. So for $16 a day, you can reach every single person on your email list, your Facebook page, your website, anyone who's been to that, any of those things for $16 a day. Now, again, if you don't have $16 a day, you could start at 5. You could start at 2. You really don't need so much upfront money to start. What you do need is that existing audience to talk to on a regular basis so that when you want to run ads, you don't have to spend a crazy amount to reach those people.
Okay, that made a lot of sense. And you talk about a lot of things that again, guys, for those who just come on a call, you guys didn't hear me in the beginning, there is a free Facebook marketing course that Azriel was kindly giving away. It's worth $300. I personally wouldn't have given it away for free, but he has. So thanking him for that. But so any other details, it's a video form, so you guys can go through it yourself. And literally everything he's talking about, he unpacks it in that video course. So just following up from that, the question I have, so what makes an effective, what makes an effective advertising campaign? So let's say, okay, we understand what you said right now. Okay, how can I make sure that this campaign is effective and it gets the results or the objective?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think this is probably like a mishmash of things we've already spoken about before. So the first thing is you need to define what effective means, right? Because if your goal is leads, or if your goal is sales, or your goal is video views, then each of those things are a different level of effectiveness. So you first have to define what it means to be effective. I think that's what we spoke about in like 2 questions ago. The answer now, the next part of the question is, what are the major aspects of an effective campaign? I think that really was answered in the breakdown of that story of the kid's toy. Really understanding what your existing purchasers have done that led them to doing the action you want them to take, and then repeating that with ads. But as far as what are the crucial elements of a Facebook ads campaign that we want to be looking out for, I think it's a little bit different of a question, but I think it's appropriate to answer it here. So the first thing is the people you're talking to, right? The first step is, who are the people that I want to reach? Now, we already talked about the hot leads, those people who already know you. But if you want to reach anyone who doesn't know you, you need to understand who those people are, right? If you don't know that only men buy your product, only women buy your product, only people under 35 or over 55 buy your product, it's going to be very hard for you to reach those people. Again, if you don't know interests about those, you don't know what they care about, then again, it's going to be something that's incredibly difficult to reach those people. So step one of an effective ad is truly understanding the persona of the person you're trying to reach, which just means like, who are they? What do they care about? And that's actually the first part of my course is really breaking down what a persona is. Who is the person you want to reach? And what's the best way to get in front of those people? So that's step one, is who are the people that I want to reach and how do I get in front of them? That's number one. Number two is the offer. Number two is the offer. So if you want to sell, I don't know, bike helmets to bikers, right? You created this amazing new bike helmet that's way safer for bicyclists. And now you know how to reach bicyclists, people interested in biking. That would be a potential target audience. People that are commuters that bike to work. So all these, there's a lot of different ways of reaching them. So that's the step one, is who are the people? What's the best way to reach them? The second thing is, do you have an offer these people actually want? Because if you're selling them, either the worst helmet or a super expensive helmet, and they don't, they're not interested in paying. So the offer doesn't match the audience. So you want to make sure that the people you're talking to are buying or potentially buying a thing they actually want, because you're not going to be able to use Facebook ads to sell people on something they don't want. So that second element is incredibly important. You need to know the thing you're trying to sell is something people actually want to buy. So that's stage two. So again, stage one is, who are the people I'm trying to reach? And is this something they want to buy? Now, once you know those things, the rest of it kind of works itself out. What should I write in my ad? Well, it's clear what I should write in my ad. If the person cares about this thing, why do they care about this thing? Excuse me. A great example of this is, someone who's trying to sell weight loss, like a weight loss coach, a fitness coach. A person who's a fitness coach isn't going to talk about in a Facebook ad about all the exercise that you're going to have to do and all the food you're not going to be able to eat. Like, imagine if your Facebook ad said, never eat cake again, right? So that would be pretty depressing for someone who wants to be able to, be fit, but still eat whatever the heck they want. So what you want to do instead here is grab their attention with something they care about. Imagine if the title said, lose 20 pounds while eating all the cake you want, right? So if you know the person you're trying to talk to and you know the offer they want to buy, the headline kind of writes itself, because you know what it is they want. What do they want to achieve? This person wants to lose 20 pounds, lose 3 shirt sizes today, but still get to do still get to eat everything you love, or feel like every day is a cheat day. Yeah, lose 3 shirt sizes, but feel like every day is a cheat day. That's a pretty good line. Maybe I should start a fitness company. So once you can piece these things together, I feel like the creative sort of fits into place here, because the video or the image you're using is going to be something that will grab the attention of the person you're trying to reach with a product they're already trying to buy. So I would say those two elements are really the most important. And obviously you want the landing page to make it clear about what it is that they want, show them how what they want is what you're giving them, get them to take an early, say an early yes. A lot of people do this by giving a free ebook away, get their email. So they said yes to that, or pay $1 to get, whatever, a free webinar, a $1 webinar or something. So get them to say an early yes. But I think the two crucial elements here for any Facebook ad is know your people and sell them something they want to buy.
Okay, so know your people and sell them something that they want to buy. You brought that down beautifully, so thank you. So just moving on from that again. So what are, from your experience as well, what's the biggest mistake you see some marketers make online when it comes to advertising their business, like especially newbies? So I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going to start off, they're going to have shit campaigns, forgive my French. So what is your, like, just allow them to just avoid the roadblocks, just from your experience.
Yeah.
What are they?
Yeah. So I think step one is start with warm audiences. I think almost across the board, I would say like 2 years ago, every advertiser was saying, start with cold traffic, people who don't know you, warm them up, and then sell them. I think that's the best way to lose a lot of money. I think the first thing you want to do is, and again, the reason why I say to start with your warm audiences is because what you want to nail down first before you spend a ton of money is getting people to go from almost sold to buying, right? This line of they're about to buy and then they bought. So I want to master, using ads, this single stage. They are about to buy, then they buy. And it might take me a nice amount of money to get to this stage, this one step of about to buy. But if I can nail that down first and I can truly understand what is it they need to do to get past this hurdle to take out their credit card. And the better I could understand that, the easier the rest of the funnel will be. I do want to explain what a funnel is because I don't think I did. A funnel is essentially the process that you get someone to go from having never heard of you to buying your product. Usually people do, a few stages of here's my ebook, sign up to my webinar, get on my phone call, and I'll sell you on the call. Or, get a free sample of my product, try it out, buy a bundle, get a sale, whatever that looks like. That essentially is a funnel. So what a lot of people do is they'll start on the top of the funnel to those cold audiences. They'll move them down the pipeline to, get on the ebook, sign up for the ebook, get on the webinar, watch the stuff, and then they'll get them on the phone and try to sell them. And what they'll find out after spending a ton of money is that the people that they're trying to reach aren't interested in the thing they're looking to sell. So they just spent all this money getting a ton of traffic to their website and getting them to read their ebook and watching their webinar and getting the free sample and all that stuff. But the minute that they ask for their credit card, the person's like, yeah, I don't really want this. So what I want to do first is nail down if they want this, right? What is the best way to get them to buy this thing? What does the ad have to say? What does the image have to look like? What does the video have to do to get them to say yes? And once I can nail down how do I get them to say yes, then I can get new people to say yes. But the last thing I want to do is bring people to the table and find out they're all planning to say no.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I'm taking a lot of notes as well. I hope. So 1 second, I'm writing something down. Okay, cool. So what time is it now? We got like 6 minutes until I want to go to the Q&A because I want to have 15 minutes Q&A. And Arsenal's playing. Why is it every time I'm on this call, Arsenal's playing? It's actually crazy. I hope we're winning right now. But the last, I think 2 more questions I have. So before we go into the Q&A, the question I have. Okay, the first thing, do you offer any coaching? Let's say I know that you do the course, etc. And I know you have clients, but do you offer any like one-on-one coaching to people that may be interested by any chance?
I mean, we're hoping. I mean, last time we spoke, we're hoping to build something together. So. But besides the course, which is a lot of stuff, there's like 5-6 hours in there. I do have some free content on my Facebook page. There's over 1,000 videos on there, but we're hoping to do something with the A team. See what happens.
Love that. I mean, the A team, I love that. And on that note, where can people find you on social media?
Yeah. So I would say the best place to find me is my personal Facebook account, Azriel Ratz. Yeah. But I am everywhere, Ratz Pack Media. So I'm on Facebook. I posted again. There's like, I think over 1,300 videos on there. Everything from Facebook, marketing, entrepreneurship, starting a business, which is not always the most fun experience in life. Sustaining a business, which is not always the most exciting part of life. So Ratz Pack Media on Facebook and Azriel Ratz, both on Facebook and on LinkedIn.
Okay, perfect. At this point, I thought, I have a few more questions, but these are a few people have messaged me that couldn't make it, that are going to watch the replay. But what I'll do is I'll open up the floor for the live Q&A. I know we have some questions already. Let me just quickly check if we have those questions. Does anyone want to ask some questions like by themselves? Or do you want me to read it out? If you do, just give me a little nudge or something like that, and I can try to unmute you. But I'll ask the first few questions that I have here. So the first question I see is that, okay, what kind of site do you need to have? Does it need to be on Shopify, or is there a platform that you can recommend? Does this work? This is a lot of questions. Let me ask the first one. What type of site do you need to have, first of all?
The one that's the easiest for your customer. So, I mean, for e-commerce, I do think Shopify is the way to go. If you're an e-commerce platform, do not build your own custom tools. It will just, you're gonna lose all your money. That's basically my opinion. You're way better off just using Shopify. They have all the tools you need, plugins that are super easy to set up, and whatever anything you think you want to build, it's likely someone already thought of it and has a plugin for it, and maybe it's worth paying a couple dollars a month for it. But I think Shopify is the best way to go for e-commerce. As opposed to, if you're a coach, right? Shopify doesn't really help you so much. If you have a single product with a single landing page, I personally use WordPress. I'm a big fan of using WordPress, and they've really done a good job. Either if you're using a plugin, I think it's called Visual. What's this? Can't remember the name of it. Visual Composer, I think it's called. So like a plugin like Visual Composer, or you're using a theme on WordPress like Beaver Builder or Divi or the 7, which is one that I've used in the past. So I really think WordPress does the job it needs to do. It's pretty cheap, right? I think a theme usually costs about $60. Plugins are usually relatively cheap. I think Elementor is a really good plugin that does like drag and drop website building. But if you do want to go to, just building, use one of these landing page builders, I think there's really 3 choices. Choice number 1 is Unbounce, which is, I think, the most expensive one, but they have every feature you can ever possibly imagine. Number 2 is ClickFunnels. I do think Russell Brunson does an incredible job there on ClickFunnels. I personally have not used it, but I know a lot of people who have made a lot of money using ClickFunnels. And the third one is Lead Pages, which is not as robust as the other 2, but it gets the job done, right? So it will cost you more than WordPress, but I think it is the easiest tool for the best price. Like for people just starting out, I think Lead Pages is kind of like the beginner, both on the side of the cost and on the side of how much work you have to put in to get a site that's worthwhile to use. So those are really my recommendations. If you're doing e-commerce, you set up a Shopify store. If you are doing, if you want to build your own thing and a little bit about how to set up a website, I would do WordPress either with a plugin that lets you to drag and drop, or a theme that lets you drag and drop. And then if not, then really the 3 best options for landing page builders are Unbounce, ClickFunnels, and Lead Pages.
Perfect. Okay. I think the last question this guy had, he had a lot of questions. Does this work with other platforms such as Instagram? I know Instagram, WhatsApp are obviously integrated, but so what you said on Facebook, is it the same thing with Instagram? Is there a different strategy for these platforms?
So Instagram, so there are today no ads on WhatsApp. There are no ads that show up on WhatsApp, but Instagram is, the ads that you run on Instagram are run through the same ad platform as the Facebook platform. The only difference really is, again, you need to understand your users. If a person is a Facebook first user but happens to be using Instagram, you could run the same sort of ad on Instagram. If a person is an Instagram only user, they're like offended by things that look like they're supposed to be on Facebook. I personally am a Facebook first user, but if someone on here is someone who heavily uses Instagram, you know what I mean. Like things look a little weird when it's just the same ad on Facebook as it is on Instagram. I think for most of the people that I'm targeting, they are Facebook first people, but I've had clients in the past that the Instagram ads had to be, dramatically different as far as what the type of image that was being used, how the video ran, how they watch videos. Because you have to remember, videos work differently on Instagram than they do on Facebook. Facebook, if you want, you could just drag to whatever part of the video you want to watch, and you can watch it. On Instagram, it has to start from the beginning, and you have to watch it all the way through. So that's something important to remember. If you're running a 1 minute video on Instagram on an ad, and it doesn't get to the point until 55 seconds in, the likelihood is the people aren't going to sit there and watch it for like an ad for 55 seconds. So you have to do a really good job of explaining up front what the product is and what you're trying to sell. As opposed to on Facebook, where you could spend a little bit more time building the story before you get to the point of the video, because they could skip through, they could, come back and they'll just start in the middle of the video, stuff like that. But most of the time, an ad on Facebook and an ad on Instagram work just as good when you run on both platforms.
Okay, I hope that answered your question, Sam. The next question I have is from Mike, and he says, how do you typically set up your retargeting campaign for e-commerce brands, and what do you focus on in the ad creative?
Yes. So again, for those who don't know, retargeting essentially means someone who's already been to your site but didn't buy. So the first thing I want to do, especially on Facebook and Instagram, is something called DP. It'll be even before Facebook and Instagram. The first thing I want to do is, if a person added their product to cart, I want to have an automation set up to send them an email to get them to buy the product from their email. It costs you no money to do this. I think some of these tools, Shopify, I think they even have a free tool, abandoned cart plugin. I think there's a free one. If not, there's one for like $100 on WooCommerce that I know about. I'm pretty sure MailChimp has some sort of integration to allow you to set up an abandoned cart automation. So that's really the first thing I would do. If a person's been to your site, they added a product to cart, they gave you their email address, but they didn't buy, you 100% should follow up with them on email, follow up with them on, a Facebook Messenger bot is something that you could really easily set up now. Again, with the plugin from Shopify. That's step one. Now, as far as what happens on Facebook, the first thing I would do is a DPA ad, which stands for Dynamic Product Ads. Essentially what this is Facebook takes a list of every product you sell on your website. And again, Shopify has a free plugin called Flexify, if I remember correctly, that you could download. It essentially takes the entire list of all the products on your site. It indexes them, and then it compares which pages people come to most that lead to sales. So if they know, like, you have 100 products, but these 6 or 7 are ones that people buy, they will show those products first in an automatically, basically an automatically generated ad on Facebook. So this is the first thing you want to do. A DPA ad for anyone that viewed a product but didn't buy. It's pretty easy to set up on Shopify. You download the plugin, you get a little URL, basically like a website that you copy paste into Facebook. You set it up, and it downloads the entire list of everything that all the products that you have in your store, and it basically automatically shows a person products they think they're going to buy using those ads. That's the first thing I would set up. The second thing is essentially, again, a mirror of what you would do in an email series to try to get them to buy. The first thing you want to do is just nudge them. Hey, I see you tried to add this product to cart, but you didn't buy. Maybe want to go back and buy the product. The second thing you do is, if they don't buy for a few days, I would retarget them and say, hey, we're offering a bundle. If you buy a few products now, you can get some purchase, some amount off or free shipping or something like that, to get them to buy that product now. And if it doesn't work, a few days later, I'll actually run similar products. So they didn't buy, this hand cream, but maybe they want face cream, right? And I'll show them a few other products that they might be interested in based on products that they've seen in the store. That's essentially what I would do for retargeting. So that's a pretty long answer. Number one is emails and Facebook bots. Number two is a DPA ad. And then number three is a series of Facebook ads to get them to take an action now if they hadn't yet finished purchasing.
Okay, perfect. I hope that answers your question. Anyone on the call, I'm sure you're sick and tired of hearing. Well, I know you guys love my voice, you know what I mean? But you guys want to unmute yourself and have any questions, and feel free to wave, or I'm sure there's like a little wave button here that you want to unmute yourself.
I think there is a wave button.
Yeah, you can see it. I can't see it on my one, but that's fine. If you do want to ask a question, then do so now. If not, I was literally just asked the last few questions that a few people that are not on the call have asked me to ask you, and then we'll round it up. I'll give you guys a few seconds, and if not, nope, cool. All right. The question I have from a lady called Kimmy who couldn't make it is that the first one is what are do's and don'ts or can't do's of Facebook ads? I think she's had some experience with Facebook ads in the past and the policies, and she couldn't put it in there. So could you share some information about that?
Well, there's a lot of don'ts. Anything that's illegal cannot be used on Facebook. A great example of this, actually, I was speaking at Social Media Marketing World in San Diego, and someone came to me and said they sell shaver covers. So again, they don't sell shaver blades. They just sell the cover for the blade. And they were running ads with the blade and the cover, next to the blade, and they were getting the ads rejected. So I reached out to Facebook for them, and I said, they're trying to run ads for blade covers. They're not trying to sell blades. They said, well, it says directly in our policy that your ads cannot have weapons in them. And one of the examples listed is shavers. You cannot show a shaver blade in your ad. So that means that if you're trying to sell guns or ammo or even necklaces with, I've seen necklaces with little pendants that are bullets, that is not allowed on Facebook. If you're trying to sell anything like a dating app, you have to get pre-approved. Gambling, you have to get pre-approved. Anything political, they're really strict on running political ads. You have to be in the country where the ads are running. So if you're trying to run an ad in the US that has to do with political, this is actually really important for me. I run ads for a company here in Israel that's a nonprofit, and it's basically a nonprofit for Americans to support Israel. So they define that, Facebook defines that as a political ad, which means that we have to run the ads in America. So I have to have a team member in America running the ads to make sure that I follow the Facebook policy, that the ads that are political are run within the borders of America. So these are all examples of things that are not allowed. Facebook has a whole page. Let's see if I can find it fast. Facebook ads policy. Let's see. Yeah, here's the link. I'll drop it right now in here. They have a whole list, which is pretty lengthy, of things that you can do, you can't do, and are directly not allowed. For example, putting text on an image, right? Even that has strict rules about how much text is allowed to be on the image that you run on your ad. Using curse words is something that's not allowed on your Facebook. So all of those things are listed here on the policies page. I hope that answered the question.
I'm muting myself like an idiot. So for those who are watching the replay, I'm sure they can just Google Facebook ad policies and they'll get the answers.
I actually put the link in. Oh, yeah. I guess if the person on there, yeah.
Yeah, replay. Okay, the last question I have is how effective is Facebook ads compared to the other marketing channels? So this is from Kimmy as well. So YouTube, the Googles, etc.
So the answer to that question is really based on where your audience is.
Yeah.
Not just where they're physically located, but you have to know the person, which is why, again, the most crucial part of an ad is who are the people you're trying to reach. If that person is someone who spends 17 hours a day on YouTube, then the best place to reach them is YouTube.
Okay.
If a person, so really the most effective platform is the one your customers spend the most time on. That's the most effective. As far as cost per impression, I don't think you're going to beat Facebook and Instagram. I simply don't. I mean, like the cost, let's say, just example, I actually did this. I had a slide in a presentation this month, exactly this. The average cost per impression, the cost per click on Google is $2.50. I think like $2.25. The average click on LinkedIn is $5. And the average click on Facebook is 55 cents.
Crazy.
So like you can get 5 times more clicks than Google and 10 times more clicks than LinkedIn on Facebook and on Instagram on average, on just the average. I've seen ads that run for 2-cent clicks on Facebook. So, and that's not even something that's possible on Google. You can't do less than a 10-cent bid on Google. So as far as like moving people off of the platform, there is no better platform as far as costs are concerned. When it comes to purchasing, right, many times there might be a better place to show up than Facebook. For example, if someone just got into a car accident and they're looking to get a lawyer to deal with their car accident case, if I go onto Google and I search lawyers for car accidents, the ad that I see first will likely do a much better job selling me than an ad I'm scrolling through Facebook trying to target everyone on Facebook that might have been in a car accident recently. So really you need to understand where your audience is, how they use the internet, and where they might be looking to find the thing you are selling.
Okay. Well, I hope that this information that you shared have given people a new perspective on how they can run their ads online. And as you can see, Azriel has got a lot of knowledge, and I hope you guys are going to be implementing it. So I guess there's no more questions for it. So I'll literally just.
I see one more question. Mike asked here in the chat, what's your frequency cap per ad?
Oh crap! I didn't see that.
How many different ads do you showcase per customer?
Okay.
So the answer that the frequency cap, I want to have I won't turn the ads off until it stops working, right? So I don't care if it says that someone saw the ad 100 times, which is annoying. But if I'm still seeing like good return on the dollar, then I'll still run the ad. But I do hesitate to increase the ad spend if I'm getting a frequency above 4. So frequency, for those people who don't know, is basically how often is a person seeing the ad on average. And you can see that directly in the data in Facebook Analytics is how often is someone seeing your ad. And it will say, like, on average, they saw it 4 times. Again, I want to be somewhere between 4 and 5 because I think anything more than that is annoying. But even if I'm annoying, if I'm seeing that every dollar I spend is making me 8, I'll still spend money on that ad. But I won't go from spending $10 a day to spending $100 a day because the frequency cap is too high once it hits 4 or 5. So I think that answers your question. And then you said, and how many different ads do you showcase per customer? That is really dependent on how long the flow is between when a person sees your ad and actually buys. If the window is pretty small, if you're just asking for an email sign up, 2 to 3 different ads is more than enough before it's annoying, right? If they see even just a slight variation, change it from an image to a video, or change use 2 or 3 different pictures to test, that's fine. If you're doing sales, it could take 7 to 10 impressions before they buy the product. So that means you want to be showing them relatively different images. I actually have a client who's running right now, I think, over a dozen video ads and over 5 image ads, which means we're running a total of 17 different ad variations for this client to try to get someone to buy, because we know that the amount of time it takes to purchase the product is very long. So we don't want them to get overwhelmed with the same ad over and over again. He does have one more question. The answer to his question, he says, when you start with cold audiences, do you go straight for purchase conversion, or do you build up other conversions if you don't have enough conversions? So I will start with a purchase conversion, and then if the ads do not spend, then I'll drop it down to a lower level conversion like add to cart or view content or something like that. But I will start on purchase, and if it doesn't work, then I'll tweak. Okay, that's all the answers.
Lovely. We'll make that the last question for today because of time. Again, thank you, Azriel. I'm going to quickly share some of the details about what we promised everyone. So, but before that, guys, thank you for joining the call. I hope you guys have found it valuable. I know you found it valuable because obviously my voice is in it. Obviously, Azriel came to add some.
Yeah.
But yeah, feedback will be very much appreciated. So Miriam is going to share a link for the feedback form. Please, it takes 2 seconds, only 3 or 4 questions, less than a minute, unless you guys are very slow online. But please, Miriam, share that link with us now, please, please, please. And it'll be in the chat. And lastly, she shared it with you guys. And lastly, free training as promised. So those interested in getting that free Facebook training, you can screenshot this. I will send this in an email tomorrow morning for those who can't or some reason, but I'll send it in the email of the summary with the replay, just in case you want to go back over this video and make things happen. So screenshot it now or wait for the email tomorrow morning. And lastly, again, guys, thank you for joining the A team and the A call. Again, the A in 18 stands for active, and that's active commitment to day inspires victory every day. And of course, we affirm, we commit, we test, we iterate, validate, and we execute until we make our vision a reality. So, guys, thank you very much. And I think I'll leave you to it. Azriel, thank you very much. And we'll definitely be in contact very, very soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, guys. And yeah, please feedback and have a lovely evening. Cheers.